I take it hearing, and it's fast. Okay.
Is this right here?
Okay, as you're moderating.
So it's only the flyer?
Come again?
Only the flyer?
No, and then the other images.
And the images.
And then video.
And the video. Okay. Do you open it for yourself or?
Do you want me to open it?
Yeah, you have to open it because we're standing over there.
Okay, so it means I have to open it myself.
Yes. So what? This all you will show or? Okay. Okay. Yeah, then you must. Or then I must put it on the desk and here. So
Okay.
this takes some minutes.
Okay, sure, that's fine. Oh, there's another one.
Do you have your attention?
Hussein, do you want to come closer to us?
Yeah, sure.
So we can start? Ah, okay.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to today's press conference. My name is Hussein Kasim. I'm the Executive Director of the Center for Climate and Sustainability Empowerment. For the past weeks, we've been talking about climate innovations. We've been looking at some of the challenges and opportunities that comes with young people taking up innovations in vulnerable and marginalized communities. We've had a series of press conferences trying to explore this topic better and how to get our youths build their capacity very well for them to be able to take up this initiative. And I think one thing we've realized is there are a lot of innovations or interventions which are being done by young people in developing countries, and we want to bring to light one of these innovations that is really doing very well in sub-Saharan Africa. and it's called the Young Climate Innovators Program. So basically, this press conference is to explore more about how the initiative is impacting in vulnerable or marginalized communities in Ghana. And I have with me here some of the key partners in this initiative. So I'll turn over the mic to them for them to introduce themselves. So I'll start with Eugene.
All right. Thank you, Hussein. My name is Eugene Kofi Tete. I'm the Director for Research and Partnerships at Center for Climate and Sustainability Empowerment. Like Hussein rightly said, one of our baby projects we've been working on is the Young Climate Innovators Program. This program is basically for young people who are trying to develop innovative solutions to solve issues of climate change.
Thank you so much, Kofi. I'll pass it over to you. Yeah.
Thank you very much. It's nice to meet you all today, audience here and those who are participating online. My name is Pan Yue. I'm from a very historical capital city in China, which is Nanjing. Very glad to be here, also representing my own organization, which is Space in Between. It's a collaboration platform facilitating the sustainability solutions and empower the youth activities globally. So through our work, we hope to light a path towards a more peaceful, sustainable, and inclusive future. So this time, I serve as a general strategic coordinator for this project. That is to help the organizations between University of Ghana and our mentors from the US and other countries, and also with the Tsinghua University. Most importantly, we're in the partnership with one partner. It's called Hangzhou Renewable Energy Association. It has played a big role in our project. It is established in 2015 as a non-profit local social organization. It is dedicated to build a learning environment that addresses the green and low carbon transformation needs from the industrial park, factories, rural areas, and transportation. They conduct research, exchanges, training, standardization, science popularization, collaborative innovation, and industry self-regulation. So today I'm really happy that now we have those amazing partners for this project to see how the local and the globe are connected more together. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. One of the key strategic partner is GYDI. So over to you, Tim. You want to introduce yourself briefly?
Yes, thank you, Hussein. Colleagues, it's a pleasure to be with you here again. So as the Global Youth Development Institute, we are dedicated to empowering and engaging young people in climate action, and that has two pillars. One of them is our UNFCCC engagement, empowering young people to engage in the process, whether that's in a civil society standpoint or also working as young negotiators with their parties. And specifically then in terms of this project, our second pillar is empowering young people to implement action for climate empowerment at home. And so in that context, we've been very happy to be supporting the YCLIP program and our colleagues from CCSE in Ghana. This is a years-long partnership that we've been developing together since Glasgow. And it's very inspiring to see where young people can go when they're getting the mentoring, the support that they need. And that's really the role that we're playing. Although we're based in the US, we're very much about facilitating and supporting the youth who need it the most, coming from developing countries and vulnerable backgrounds. So very much a pleasure to be here.
Thank you so much, Tim. Definitely, that's a very strategic partnership, considering the fact that we want to empower young people to be able to take up some of these initiatives. And then the Young Climate Innovators Program is a partnership between the University of Ghana and then the University of Tsinghua University in China. So we have a rep from Tsinghua University who is doing the coordination of students from that university. Over to you, Jane. You want to introduce yourself briefly. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Hussein, and good afternoon, everyone. My name is Jing Hu, and I am a PhD candidate in sociology at Tsinghua University, China. And also, currently, I am a visiting student at the Department of Sociology at LMU University of Munich, Germany. And also, I serve as the student coordinator for the Tsinghua side of our project. And My journey with this project began last winter, and at that time, I participated in both the COP29 in Baku, Azerbaijan, the United Nations Conference of Climate Change, and also the COP16, the United Nations Conference to Combat Desertification in Riyadh. And from that time, it was my first time to meet Ms. Pan Yue. And also, it was during COP16 that representatives from Tsinghua University, the Hangzhou Renewable Energy Association, and the Ghanaian partners, Mr. Hussein, we met each other and we first reached a consensus to launch this collaboration together. And since then, I've been honored to lead student recruitment and organize some online activities on behalf of Tsinghua part. And I'm so glad to be invited here today, and I sincerely hope that this program will continue to grow, enabling students from both Tsinghua and the University of Ghana to one day work on each other's land, engage deeply with different cultural contexts, and build climate solutions that are grounded in empathy, respect, and real-world collaboration. And thank you.
Thank you so much, Jean. So we'll do a quick round of questions, and then we'll have some few minutes for questions if audience do have some. So I'll start with you, Eugene. I mean, you are the hosting organization in Ghana, CCSE. Can you throw a little light on this program, and what is the ultimate vision for these young innovators?
Okay, thank you very much, Hussein. Like I said, when we started this, our main aim was to be able to get young people to address the issues of climate change. And so we sent out a call, and then students from the University of Ghana applied. When they applied, we screened them into various thematic areas. And when we selected them, we took them through climate literacy training, but with the help of UNITA and the physics department of the University of Ghana. And we basically did this so that these students would understand what climate change really is. Because most of the times, more young people in Ghana just know about climate change, but they don't even really know what it entails. So we had to do this training to provide them with these requisite tools to be able to understand what climate change and be able to also develop solutions that will be able to resolve issues of climate change. And then you said, so what's the vision? Our vision ultimately is to let these kids develop practical solutions to climate change, so that these solutions will also be bankable solutions that they can make a living out of it. Because it's just not about addressing the issues, but it should be things that are professional about, that they can make money and a living out of it.
Awesome, definitely, because we need to go beyond the talking. We've been doing a lot of talking. I think it's time to act. And so this is a very good initiative in that respect. Ms. Pan Yue, I know you are the liaison between the Gwangju Renewable Energy Association and the innovators. What has been the most significant challenge in connecting these young innovators with their respective mentoring organizations in China?
Thank you very much for the question. Firstly, I wanted to say that it has been a very beautiful collaboration and project so far. And regarding the challenges you mentioned, I would say that there are 3 points. The first one is about managing the common aims. Because everyone who are in part of this program, we're sharing the risk, resources, and our own skill to make things happen. And most importantly, we have to understand all the time what is the aim here. That is to empower the youth with practical actions in Africa. So by understanding this main goal we are sharing, that's we have to know what is the real problems in Ghana. Before we get on board any mentors, any associations, any industrial partners to be on board for the further stage, we ask the Ghanaian students, which is our innovators, to do a further investigation in their local communities. So thanks for their work. because that's the foundation for us to continue achieve our aim. The second point is to manage the trust. Since we're all working globally, remotely, and in the long distance, it requires a lot of communication to make sure that we are expecting the same stuff from each other. As far as we know that there's a long progress aligned with this project. So this is the key how we build the trust between each other, by constantly communicating what is the expectation. The third part is to managing the culture. There's a paradox of cultural diversity. Of course, every time when we met each other, we laugh a lot. You know, this diversity is really beautiful and rewarding. That has been the most encouraging part of this work so far, but it's also bringing up sometimes the conflict because we have different working practices and values or beliefs. So when we're encountering each other now, we really find the integration of different ways of being. Consider each other's cultural sensitivities. For example, when we book meetings, you have to consider, is there any important events or holidays or something that really matter for your other partners at the same time? So we're able to be really humble in this program that nobody's take things for granted. We all think for each other, learn from each other, and get things forward. So we are here to leave nobody behind. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I mean, bottom-up approach is very important, and trust is definitely one of the key pillars when it comes to building up a company, and I'm happy that, I mean, we are doing that. I'll take it, yes, to Tim. Tim, why do you think it's crucial for these young innovators to be involved in conferences such as COP, especially considering the fact that they are more focused on coming up with solutions in marginalized and vulnerable communities?
Yes, thank you for having me back. And just to take a moment to reflect on Yue's comments, having started in this process in 2011, the thing that has kept me really coming back has been this beautiful intermingling of especially all the youth since I started in the youth space, trying to work toward these common goals. And I think that's setting the example that we would hope to see from the governments in the negotiations who need to overcome the geopolitics to get us where we need to go. And in speaking of then this process and the young innovators, they are developing solutions that actually implement this convention and this process, and doing it in their unique context of Ghana. And so we need to bring those insights into the international process, right? That's how you tangibly get the local to the global. And then by being able to study this space, make connections with others, share best practices, I mean, it really brings in the international cooperation element of ACE, Action for Climate Empowerment, because we can learn what's working well in Ghana, what might they be able to replicate somewhere else, where are their differences, what other common challenges do we have that maybe there are some solutions in this space that we need in terms of having more support, more frameworks from this process. So that is really why we need to have that connection. And it's something that we don't only work on in terms of the negotiation spaces, but it's in all of the side processes and parallel events and the informal networking. And of course, we need to do as much of that as we can with less emissions and less travel, but there is no substitute really for the kinds of engagements being anchored in and also physical engagement. And of course, more broadly, this is also, young people needing to have their voices included into these spaces so that we get the best outcomes possible.
Thank you so much, Tim. So before Jin, you come in, just a minute. I know already Tsinghua University, the students are doing great. They are already engaged in a number of projects, especially with Dr. He. Dr. He has a short video for us talking about some of the innovations that they are embarking on at the university. So let's just take a quick look at that. Thank you.
Henan is located in Zhejiang province, which is on the southeast coast of China. The famous Qiantang River flows through here. The climate here is moderate and moist, which contributes to the highly developed agriculture. The world's first agricultural science popularization album of painting, Geng Zhi Tu, was created in Lingnan during the 12th century. It documented the most advanced agricultural and sericulture techniques, equipment, and operational procedures of the period. In order to develop renewable energy, the Lingnan District People's Government has responded to Tsinghua University's initiative of 1 kilowatt per capita solar installations, aiming to achieve a total solar PV installation capacity of 650,000 kilowatts in Lingnan by 2025. The district government has established a solar PV task force, Lingnan Photovoltaic Construction Alliance, and Solar Energy Construction Expert Pool, to conduct an overall planning of the available energy and land resources in the region. The Research Center for Energy Transition and Social Development, School of Social Sciences of Tsinghua University, together with teachers and students from Zhejiang Agriculture and Forestry University, unveils a series of imagery that captures the solar integrated agricultural practices in the era of carbon neutrality. In 2023, Shanwo Village introduced the 40-megawatt agrivoltaic project. The project investor, Zhonghe Huineng, carried out investments and constructions of solar energy and agricultural projects. The agricultural company is responsible for seed breeding and supply, as well as providing technical consulting services and product sales. Farmers carry out sowing, field management, and harvesting and packaging. Plants such as anemarina and peony, which are high-yield and high-profit Chinese medicinal herbs, are cultivated in the open spaces beneath the PV panels and between the arrays to increase the efficiency of land use. The project has an average annual power generation of about 38.866 million kilowatt-hours and achieves an annual carbon reduction of about 46,800 tons. By planting various medicinal materials under the PV panels, the village collective is expected to increase its economic benefits by more than 142,600 US dollars within 5 years.
Okay, so
The village collective and villagers receive a compensation of 926,900 US dollars for young crops.
All right, for the sake of time, but the video will be available on our website. If you want to access it, you can get it. So, Jin, I'll just go to you. We have some few minutes to wind up. Looking at the story of Tsinghua University, especially under the leadership of Dr. He, in advancing the energy transition is truly inspiring. In your view, how will the partnership between Tsinghua University and University of Ghana benefit innovators from both institutions?
Okay, thank you so much, Hussein. And as a student in sociology, I would like to answer this question from a more sociological perspective, might be. I would like to say I've had the privilege to witness firsthand how the partnership between Tsinghua University and the University of Ghana is not only about climate innovation, it's also about building a new model of cooperation among countries in the global south. We all know both China and Ghana are facing pressing climate challenges and both bringing unique strengths to the table. Through this partnership, we are creating a space where students from two continents can co-develop solutions grounded in real community needs, whether in rural villages, schools, or agricultural ecosystems. But more importantly, this program fosters a deeper kind of understanding. It allows young innovators like me to move beyond classroom knowledge and engage with different worldviews, developments, paths, and cultural contexts. Our students are not just learning from each other. Actually, we are learning with each other. And we are discovering that innovation requires empathy, and that sustainable development must take into account not just technology, but also local realities, social structures, and historical experiences. This is a partnership rooted in solidarity and mutual respect. It reflects the vision of a shared future, a community with a shared destiny for mankind. In Chinese, we call it like 人类命运共同体. In a time when climate change knows no borders, our collaboration shows that global South countries like China and Ghana, we can stand together, not in competition, but in co-creation and cooperation. So, we are not just training future climate professionals. We are empowering a new generation of leaders who understand that real solution must be inclusive, cross-cultural, and socially grounded. And I hope I answered your question, and thank you so much.
Thank you. Definitely, you've done that. So, Eugene, you have in just 2 minutes. Can you take us an overview of the various thematic groups and then the innovators?
Okay, thank you. We have 6 thematic areas. The first one being climate smart agriculture. Here, the students are trying to use cassava residue to develop it into organic fertilizer. The second thematic area is on biodiversity. Here, the students are trying to develop a biodiversity bank at the Atiwa Forest. The third one is also on circular economy, where they are also trying to develop smart, reusable food containers. We also have good health and well-being, where they are trying to develop a solar hybrid fish smoker unit. And then on zero emissions, they are also trying to develop solar hybrid powered tricycles. The last one, which is also on water and sanitation, they are trying to use bioremediation empowered by solar to clean the water from all the mining sites in Ghana. Thank you.
Beautiful. Thank you so much. So we have some few minutes for questions, if audience do have some.
We have less than 60 seconds.
Yes. If anybody has a question. Okay. I assume we are fine. Okay.
Thank you, and thank you for the presentation. I was wondering, could you provide us with one concrete climate innovation that included local youth in Ghana? Because I understand the cohorts and the themes, but just one very concrete innovation that you can share with us, maybe? Thank you.
Okay, so let me use the zero emissions. Okay, so there's a community in Ghana called Kwabinya. So in this community, there are a lot of fossil fuel-powered tricycles there. So what the students are trying to do is that they are trying to use, they are trying to develop a solar hybrid powered system to convert these fossil fuel-powered tricycles to run on solar.
So how are the people in the community, or yes, the indigenous, how are they engaged in the,
okay,
in the innovation?
Okay, so we've done series of community engagement with these people, and as we can all see, fossil fuel is quite expensive, and so these community people have welcomed this idea fantastically, and they like it.
All right. Thank you so much for your time. Those who joined us virtually, much appreciate your time. Those who joined us in person, thank you. And this is the end of the press conference. Bye-bye. We will be out there in case you need further clarification. Bye-bye.